What is going on, dudes and dudettes? It is Dead Boy here, bringing back some well, this is new actually. It's a creepypasta reading. I was literally just recommended this literally 2 minutes ago. I was just on my phone and I saw this and I was like, you know what, I'll do it. Brandon Lizelle, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bet. Say less. I'm probably gonna shit my pants. I've never done a creepypasta reading. I've only ever like watched videos and stuff, which are already scary. Well, no, there was a video I did about SCP. I think it was the old man, that one that like does like, you know, it touches stuff and rots it. I think it was him. And it was like, it was just a blank screen and it was just like a narration. So I'm guessing this is what it's like. It's by this channel, the Dark Simnium. Yeah, so be sure to like and subscribe to them. But yeah, I don't know what to expect, so let's just get into it already. Here, should I put the mood for horror shit? Okay, hold on, and let's fix the lighting in the back too. Let's do, I don't know, red. Is red a good light, or should I turn them off? I don't know. I feel like if I turn them off, it's gonna look even worse. Like, oh gosh, that's a bit eerie, isn't it? Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'll just turn them off. Okay, what if I turn these all the way off? Oh gosh. I look like a early 2010 YouTuber. Look at this. Word. Oh gosh, it's so grainy though. You know what? Fuck it. All right, yeah, fuck it. We're doing the video like this.
It started when we called out to the stars.
Oh gosh. Okay, hold on.
Into the darkness. We felt so small, tumbling through vast emptiness while clinging to the skin of the world, and without a single reason why. We were curious, yes, but ultimately I think we were just terribly frightened. And we were young. So very young.
Are there sound effects in this?
We were children.
Are we gonna get jump scared?
Like a lonely, lost child, we did the only thing we could think of to make it stop. We did what we thought we had to do to make the universe make sense. We called for help. For years we scanned the sky for a sign. We sent signals to the stars in the darkness beyond. Are we alone? But the skies were quiet. Always.
Damn,
So
that's some deep
quiet,
shit.
leaving us to our own makings. But crying children never cease, and neither did we. We sent calls into every corner of space for decade after decade. We refused to believe that no one was out there. They had to be, yet, for some unknown reason,
That feels,
they never answered us.
there has to be somebody out
No one
there.
remembers when that changed. They think it responded to the Arcibo message from 1974. The response to the message was received almost 3 months ago, in 2 separate parts. The first part of the message was received at the Hat Creek Radio Observatory in California. The Allen telescope array picked up what sounded like static interference that continued on for over an hour. It consisted of unintelligible screeching and buzzing sounds that continued without pause for a whole hour. The meaning of this message was never discovered, if it
That's
had
creepy.
one. The only thing we knew was that the signal's origin came from somewhere in the Hercules constellation, near
What?
Messier 13. As
Some
soon as that
alien
signal
shit.
stopped, the real message began. We made contact that day, and we were asked a question. It came not through the radio,
Oh, hell
but as
no.
a voice. A voice inside all of our heads asked the question to all of us. I heard it. My wife heard it. The young heard it, and the old heard it. Even the deaf heard it. Everyone, everywhere
Oh.
heard this voice.
Oh no. Even the deaf heard it. Dude, you know how creepy that would be? Just, you lose your hearing, you know, I don't know what you hear when you're deaf, you know, if it's just nothing, if it's like a constant ringing. I hope it's not that. That sounds like torture. But like, you lose your hearing, and the first thing you hear is, "Who is there?" Like, that's some scary shit. That's like, what if you were blind and like the first thing you see, like in years of being blind, is Satan himself? Like, that, I'd kill myself, man. This is already like making me uneasy.
Voice whisper that question in their heads in every language on earth. I remember it almost
Every
clearly.
language?
It asked in that familiar yet indescribable voice that's always there in my mind. It was like one of my own thoughts had gone rogue.
That voice
and
did
had
scare me a bit,
decided
though, to be
speak
honest.
directly to me. The world seemed to stop as everyone listened for what came next.
Where are you?
The heavy question seemed to linger in our minds for hours afterwards, then for days, and then for weeks.
This is
That
why we
would
shouldn't talk to
change
aliens.
everything. There were doubters from the very beginning, and the holy ones who claimed that God had spoken to all of us, and that the time to repent was now. There were those who claimed they'd heard nothing, and those who claimed that the aliens had given them their own secret messages.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a God or not. You know, I'm not going to talk about that, but if there was one, I don't think he would sound like that. I don't know what he would sound like, but I don't think he would just be like,
Who is there? Where are you? I'm here to save you. I'm here on behalf of the rapture or whatever. You're all being taken to heaven.
like, can he not sound a little more jolly? You know, like, hey guys, you know, just be cool. Just hearing that voice will not inspire good faith. Just say.
And of course, there were those who truly believed that we had been contacted for the first time by an extraterrestrial race like us, one ready to communicate, ready to lead us out of the dark. We were wrong.
Oh no.
We never made contact with alien life, at least nothing comprehensible or discernible to human understanding. The stars are vast, and in their vastness our voices had touched the ears of something truly incomprehensible, something hungry and malevolent. The voice. We realized our mistake when the ground started to groan. Beneath our feet, everywhere, the ground seemed to moan. The muffled sound shook through the
Oh,
dust and
no.
the dirt below us. No one knew what was causing it.
That isn't an alien.
Not
That's-
until the calls started coming in. The graveyards were screaming.
Oh
All
no.
at once, the dead had started screaming. Every deceased man, woman, and child was turning in their graves. All the animals did so, too. Every dog, every cat, everything that had ever walked the earth. The cries of ancient whales shook the seas, and the shrill screeching of birds echoed in the forest. The caskets shook, and the morgues howled. The voices stopped together in an instant, leaving the world in an amplified silence. In their absence,
Jesus.
a new sound filled the air. The voice returned.
No.
I hear you.
It came as a whisper from behind, an ominous yet oddly playful presence that felt so
What
close,
the-
but was truly still so far away. It let us breathe in the silence for a moment before it made us a promise. It was a promise we all knew to be true.
I am coming.
The voice was gone.
Fuck that.
The air was again filled with screams. This time they were from the living. After the voice had gone, we were left to our own devices. Millions panicked, and rightfully so, as chaos took hold of the streets. Many would die in the violence and the gunfire. that
Yeah, I
night.
bet.
They would be known as the raptured before long, and the rest of us were the condemned. We could only wait. The screaming dead was only the first of the side effects that we felt as the voice approached. The closer it got, the more we felt it. That first night after the screaming, we noticed the stars bleed for the first time. A section of the western sky had turned black, blacker than the night, and it was only
What?
truly visible because of the ring of stars around it. The light from those stars had turned red, and they seemed to bleed across the sky like food coloring dropped into water. Their light swirled and flowed all around the edge of some unseen mass.
That actually kind of sounds
And then
beautiful.
I was staring into the face of the voice. Our scientists claimed
Scary,
that nothing
but
was
beautiful.
there, and that their radar and scans always came up empty. Their telescopes could see nothing but darkness in that section of space. However, the proof was right in front of us, as every night that ring of darkness got wider and more stars bled into the sky. We watched it come. As each night passed, the black spot would widen and more stars would distort and bleed around it. During the day, a new hell would greet us. The side effects worsened. The day always brought something new. I'm sure most of what happened will go untold and unknown. The animals started disappearing. All of
What?
them. No tracks, traces, or bodies were left behind. Pets would run away, some violently so. They all retreated, never to be seen again. The forests were left abandoned, the oceans empty, and the air was left silent. The world seemed so empty and lonely.
I
Left
bet.
like water receding from the shore, just before the tsunami breaks.
Dude.
One day, about 2 weeks ago, scientists tried to talk to the voice again. They hoped, perhaps, to reason with it. They told it about what was happening on our world and asked it questions. The scientists begged. It didn't speak. When asked, "What do you want?" the voice sent a response. The next night, the skies lit up with streaks of fire.
What was
It
the
was alight
response?
for hours, blazoned with orange and red. We didn't realize the effects until the next day when the televisions turned to static and the telephones refused to work. We had sat, watching, as all the satellites were knocked out of the heavens. After that, reports became rumors and rumblings. Sanity, a thing of the past. The air chilled and weighed us down. The voice was nearly here, and every...
Man, all I gotta say is that this voice, also every time I pause, it feels like this, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been staring at the screen for so long. It feels like it's still moving a bit, like it's some weird optical illusion type thing. But all I'm getting from this is that this voice is a dick. Because, like, all they were like, hey, is anybody out there? And then he just chose violence after that. He's just like, wow, they have the nerve to ask if there's life outside of Earth. I'm gonna go fuck their shit up. Like, like, why? I mean, I guess, you know, if you're like such a like ethereal, like immortal being, maybe this voice could be, maybe he's bored and he's just like, you know what? I'll destroy this planet. Yeah, for you know, some kicks, for shits and giggles. Oh man, this is very like unsettling though. Everything disappeared. Also, the screen is still very much moving to me. It's so creepy.
Everyone felt it. It rained for a week after the satellites fell. The rain was salty and mired with an unknown filth that turned the grass black.
Why would you drink it?
Maybe the satellites tracked something back in with them when they hit the sky. No one knew for sure. All we know is that it fell from the clouds black as charcoal and blotted out the sky like liquid ash. Darkness fell upon us for days. When the clouds went away, the skies were empty. There were no clouds, yet the sky hung low and gray. If the sun was anywhere in the sky, it never made itself known. Even it had abandoned us. Each day grew slowly darker and darker until night and day became almost the same. Some people would claim later that they'd seen things in the dark. Creatures with gangly limbs and crooked faces lurking in the corner of the vision. They were tall, white creatures that looked molten or rotten through
that might as well just be that one SCP. The doorway, you go inside and it's just dark and there's just like black blobs that like attack you and bring you to like this hive mind of the blobs, you know? This is what that sounds like. Like Earth is being converted into that universe.
Transparent skin. Appearances would last for just a second or two before vanishing without a trace. Some believed this to be the first step in the aliens' invasion, but the rest of us didn't know what to think. We just knew that it was nothing that simple or benign. They must have been hallucinations, just more madness to endure, but ultimately as harmless as anything else, as harmless as the screams of the dead, the missing animals, the dying sky. Appearances slowly increased in duration and number. I think everyone saw them once at the least, but I don't think a single person would ever guess why they were truly here. They never touched nor spoke to anyone, and they certainly never harmed anyone. Most who got good looks at them described them as mournful or sorrowful looking. Some even claimed the creatures watched over them at night, and others even claimed that it seemed as if the creatures were sorry for them. One claimed to have seen one upon the ground, hands clasped over its head. He said it was praying for us. Prayer was no help. The churches and places of worship that had divided us for so long failed to bring hope to any in the end. The voice let them pray and beg for a while, but just days ago, the voice ended it all. No one questioned how, for at this point, nothing that happened surprised anyone anymore.
How did it end?
On the final day, all books of worship burned. Every last Bible, every Quran, everything. People rushed to their centers of faith, but found no solace. The churches and temples had suffered the same fates, if not worse. The people were left abandoned by their greatest hopes. There were rumors of churches all over the world, with walls formed from the bodies of those who sought refuge. They were merged to the walls, stuck to them like flies in a trap. They died still pleading for hope, but they were beyond God's help. The rest of us had learned to stop begging. We waited. The final message came. From beyond the sky, it fell upon us, and the voice echoed, and it spoke the simple truth.
I am here.
There's a darkness beyond the horizon, the likes of which I doubt has ever been seen. It brings with it the screams of countless souls, and it moves fast. The stars are dying now, and I know they'll never be seen again. The light is dying so fast. I leave this not as a warning. No, it's far too late for that. Instead, consider this the last realization, the last humanity will ever know. For we used to wonder whether or not we were alone and lost, but never whether or not we were safe and hidden. The universe is infinite, and our understanding was significantly more finite. We should have never beckoned to the darkness. Instead, we should have clung to the light and closed our eyes every time we returned to the void. As the final minutes approach, I hold one final truth to be certain. I now know why the skies were always so quiet.
Damn. That was really good. Oh, let me get my lights all fixed up again. I like that it's like a tale, sort of. Like, it follows like the be careful what you wish for thing. We want to find life out in the universe, you know, other life, but what if that life isn't good, you know? Just like humans, there are good humans and there are bad humans. There could be bad life out there and there could be good life. And I also like how this is a alien invasion, but it's done in a completely different way, like that I've never seen before. You know, usually when aliens invade in movies and stuff and like TV shows, it's just spaceships, lasers, you know, we're take me to your leader type shit. And this, like, it's over the course of like months, it seems, and it's like they're destroying themselves, you know, in a way. Like, there's people killing each other in violence, and like they're just strategic about it, because like they know if they have hope they can probably rise again, so they take away their religion, because religion is like the biggest source of hope for a lot of people. That is like big brain plays, man. I would have never thought of that. This was really good. It was scary, like it was horrifying. Well, like there wasn't any jump scares, so thank God. Other than like the voice in the beginning, like that kind of got me. But oh man, good job, you. Good job, Dark Somnium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ooh, burgers. I like burgers. Might do that one next. Oh man, he looks like he has a lot of good horror content here too. Yeah, that was really good. You got a subscription from me, bud. Definitely. But alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Any feedback would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space.